Hey everyone, this week's topic is relationships, and I'm going to be discussing relationships and friendships between asexuals and sexuals. I will try really hard to explain this as best I can, but all I have to go on is my own personal experience and observation. I don't have any statistics or research or anything like that. Basically, I want to discuss about the conflicting interests that we have and things that we should probably acknowledge and accept and understand, maybe some tips or something. Um, as asexual people, we do not put sex at the top of our list of things to do before we die or things to do to fulfill our life. Sex is probably at the very bottom to non-existent part of the list. And I think our sexual friends and family and partners may not understand just how we feel about not having sexual attraction and possibly not having a libido at all or any interest in sexual activities. But I do want to stress that being asexual is not about not wanting sex, it's about not having sexual attraction. But to narrow everything down, I'll pretty much just go into most of us not being interested in sexual things. So yeah, our friends and family and partners and people we love in our life don't often understand that it's just not a big part of our lives. So we have conflicting interests with our sexual family and friends whose sex is a big part of their lives naturally. So I think in order to have a really good relationship with two different orientations is to um, communicate, accept, and acknowledge. And I'll try to get into these three things. When you're friends with sexual people and asexual people, you both want to communicate certain things. It's not just between two people who date. It's between anybody you're friends with or family with. You want to communicate with these people, with each other, sexuals too, that you're not into this stuff that like they are. You find different avenues to explore that don't involve sexual activities or discussions or jokes. I know a lot of times I get really irritated with my friends joking constantly about sexual things. I don't usually go up to them and tell them, hey, that's kind of gross, can you please stop telling me this? Because to them it's not gross, to them it's natural, which I understand. What I can do is I can go up to them to say, hey, I'm not really sexual. I understand the joke, I just don't think it's funny because, it's my nature not to really think sexual jokes are that funny. Maybe you could go up to these people and just tell them how you're feeling about certain things. So yeah, a bigger thing is to communicate to each other respectfully and just try to let each other know that you have different interests and maybe you two can learn things from each other. Another thing is acceptance. To asexual friends and partners, you guys need to understand that your sexual partners and friends, sex is a big part of their lives. Some of them, intimacy and sex and romance intertwine. They're not the same thing, but to them, it's them coming together is a very important thing to them, and they put a high importance on it. One of my friends told me that to her, sex wasn't just an act. It was something it was a bonding experience that she shared with her partner because you shared your bodies in a romantic way and you shared your vulnerable side with each other and just expressed how much you loved each other. And no, it's not all about that, but it's a big way of sharing their intimacy and love for each other. So I think asexuals need to understand that about their friends and family and partners. It's a big part of their lives. Sorry, my throat is dry. Just like jokes and stuff. Since it's such a big thing to them, they're gonna joke about it and watch movies and things like that. But like I said, for the first step, communication is important. Don't feel shy to express how some things make you uncomfortable, but like I said, be respectful about it. And the last thing I want to discuss is acknowledgement. Sexual friends need to acknowledge their friends and family and partners that identify asexual. If your friend comes up to you and says, hey, I'm asexual and I really like to talk about it. Don't jump in and assume there's something wrong with them. Don't jump in and say they need to go to the doctor, that they have issues. You really need to hear them out. You need to let them get out what's off of their chest and understand them as a friend, as a partner, and as a family member, that this might not be a medical issue. It's something they completely identify with. You can't change it. It's not a choice. So you need to acknowledge that this is how they're feeling and they actually trust you enough to tell you. And to the asexual person listening to the sexual person, you need to understand that this is a very complicated subject for them, seeing as how asexuality is not well known, it's not well researched, and not a lot of people are talking about it, but hopefully that will change. It's going to be hard for them to grasp. It's going to be hard for them to understand because asexuality is just something foreign that people really don't understand. But that's why this channel is here, to help people understand. So yes, that's basically what I'm saying here, is to communicate, accept, and acknowledge asexual and sexual friendships, relationships. It's all about talking with each other, I think, and trying our best to put ourselves in each other's shoes. I think that's the best way to have really good relationships and friendships with people. So this turned into some sort of counseling tip making video vlog, but hopefully it made some sense here, and thanks for watching and listening to my ramble, and you guys gotta check out everyone else's videos because there's some interesting stuff coming up. Thanks for watching, and ciao!